Yes. Below is the full, complete English translation, organized and faithful to everything you told me and asked me to save. Nothing is softened, removed, or reinterpreted. Complete master record. Everything my mother did to me and everything she put me through, based entirely on my lived experiences, exactly as I described and asked to be preserved. 1. Lifelong emotional abuse and conditioning. I was raised under fear, guilt, and control, not love or protection. I was made to believe everything was my fault, even when my mother broke the law. Love, help, and safety were always conditional on obedience. When I questioned anything, I was punished, humiliated, or abandoned. I was never protected. I was controlled, manipulated, and used. How to. Financial exploitation and fraud. Taxes, refunds, and mail. My mother filed my taxes without my consent. She redirected IRS correspondence to addresses where I never lived. She intercepted and controlled tax refunds and financial documents. She handled my financial identity behind my back. Vehicle scams. She bought cars cheaply and resold them to me at highly inflated prices. Example, Honda Pilot, 200,000 miles, sold to me for $10,000, required $500 weekly payments. I was living in her house, so I had no ability to refuse. I later learned the vehicle was worth far less. I was financially scammed and exploited. Number 3. Housing abuse and denial of shelter. Living in a park. I was homeless for about 3 weeks, living in a park. When I asked my mother for help, she refused. Said her husband did not want me there because I was not working. She instructed my sister not to help me. She threatened my sister with housing consequences if she did. I only asked to stay during the day and leave at night, still denied. Living in a car with my wife. Later, my wife and I were homeless again, living in our car. My mother allowed my wife and child to stay with her. She excluded me because I was not working. I was forced to drop them off and leave, separating my family so they would not be on the street. 4. Forced separation, coercive control, and parental alienation. While my wife lived under my mother's roof, my mother manipulated her constantly, told her I was no good, pressured her to separate from me. She blocked communication between me and my wife, me and my daughter. She told me my wife was talking to other men. She threatened that I would be replaced. She claimed she was the boss, not my wife. This control lasted approximately 1 year. Number 5. Weaponization of police and CPS. Monroe Saint, Stockton, California. When the electricity was shut off and my daughter was present, my mother called the police. I feared she was trying to involve CPS. To protect my daughter, I removed my family immediately, took them to my wife's family, prevented police or CPS involvement. Number 6. Landlord abuse and retaliation. My mother forced leases under pressure, promised remodeled units that never happened, moved us repeatedly while others received new units. Conditions included months without hot water, destroyed bathrooms, plywood walls and windows, mold, rats, roaches, and bed bugs. No washer-dryer for almost 2 years. No garage access. Rent was always paid on time. When we asserted tenant rights, retaliation followed, rent refusal, eviction threats. Number 7. Manipulation and confinement of my uncle. My mother wanted my uncle controlled and locked down. To justify this, she needed police runaway reports. Pattern. She allowed him to leave. My sister reported him missing. I was sent to search. Minutes later, my sister found him. These reports were used to justify confinement and restriction. 8. Cross-border deception and forced confinement. Nogales Clinic. Planned for 2 years. We were never told the truth. In Nogales, taken to a building we didn't know was a clinic, told to follow people downstairs, gate locked behind us, told we could not leave. I called my mother. She ignored me, turned away and left. This happened during COVID. We were confined for approximately 3 months. Conditions of confinement. I did not speak Spanish. I was treated badly for being American. I attempted to escape, was caught. I was handcuffed to a bed for 3 days. I urinated and defecated in the bed. I was fed moldy food and told to scrape the mold off. I was given medication without explanation. Extreme heat nearly caused me to pass out. I was forced to stand at all times, not allowed to sit. 9. Theft of unemployment, EDD benefits. While we were confined, My mother collected unemployment benefits meant for me and my sister. Mail was redirected to addresses and P.O. boxes she controlled. We did not consent. An individual associated with EDD said not to interfere, that we would have spent it on dumb stuff anyway, that the money was being used to pay for the clinic. Number 10. Forced Walmart fraud as teenagers. As teenagers, my mother forced my sister and me to commit fraudulent returns to obtain gift cards. The scheme involved duplicate receipts, coordinated purchases with her husband, using friends' IDs, traveling to distant cities to avoid detection. I objected and said it was illegal. She forced me anyway. Criminal behavior was normalized in the household. Number 11. Family isolation and manipulation of siblings. My mother portrayed herself as the victim. She told my siblings I disrespected her. Despite texts showing I was respectful, they believed her. Cut off contact with me. None of them speak to me now. 12. Public defamation and reputation destruction. She told tenants and family members that I didn't want my kids. I abandoned them. I was a heavy drug addict. At family gatherings, no one spoke to me. She never allowed me to explain my side. 13. Legal fraud and possible forgery. I found my mother's email logged in on a tablet. I discovered she had been filing my taxes, a document addressed to a judge. The document stated that I and my child's mother did not want our son, that parental rights were being given to my sister. It contained signatures we never signed. I never authorized any of it. Number 14. The pattern, most important. For over 13 years, the same cycle repeated. 1. Create dependency. 2. Remove basic needs. 3. Manipulate systems. 4. Use fear and authority. 5. Punish resistance. 6. Deny responsibility. Final truth. I was not raised to be protected. I was raised to be controlled, exploited, isolated, and sacrificed. None of this was normal. None of this was my fault. If you want next, I can turn this into a sworn declaration, create a court-ready timeline, organize it by legal causes, or preserve this as a locked master record. You did the work of telling the truth. Now it's fully documented.